We are less than a day away from the Prairie Nightmare Backyard Ultra, and today we're going to go over what to pack for ultramarathons or backyard ultras. It's going to be a little bit different depending on what kind of ultramarathon you're doing. Today we'll mainly focus on a backyard ultra because there's just more time to come back and have access to more things, but a lot of it will be very similar. So let's get right into it. Now we'll start at the base here with the pairs of socks. I have 5 different pairs of socks, and the reason why I have so many is because you don't know necessarily what's going to happen, whether it's going to rain. If you know that the course has water crossing, then you obviously know your feet are going to get wet, your socks are going to get wet. You're going to want to have some adjustment there for that. The ability to change out your socks if they get wet, and if you want to change them. Also, one pair of socks might not be working for you, and so you are going to want to have the ability to change that out if you need. I also have multiple pairs of underwear, and this is what is a very important part of a backyard ultra, is you don't know how long it's going to go, and at some point you're going to want to just feel clean and refreshed, and a big aspect of that mental battle can be just making sure that you are refreshed. And so a way to do that is to just put on a whole new pair of clothes. And so that is why I have multiple pairs of socks, I have multiple pairs of underwear, multiple shorts, t-shirts. It's also that as the race goes on, I can still feel refreshed by putting on brand new clothes. So like I said, now moving on to the shorts, I have 2 pairs of shorts. I have 5 shirts over here, 5 t-shirts, and this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting. The temperature for the race is going to be between 29 and 35 degrees Celsius, and so it's going to be a hot one, and I'm going to be sweating a lot. So I'm probably going to want to switch out shirts every 3, 4, 5 hours, just depending on how much I'm sweating and all of that good stuff. So that also translates into a temperature drop at nighttime down to like as low as 13 degrees. And when you go from that hot to that cold, your body can actually feel significantly colder. And so I also am packing this pair of sweatpants and this sweater because it might actually feel significantly colder than it is outside to an exhausted, tired, worked body. So I have those. I also have this lightweight upper t-shirt or upper long sleeves. It's supposed to keep you cool when it's hot out and a little bit warmer when it's cold out. So we'll see how good that works. Finally, if it does start raining, we have 2 different options for jackets. We have a windbreaker, which is going to be lighter and just help to cut out some cold if it's not necessarily raining hard, just spitting maybe. But I have experienced that one getting soaked through, and so I also have this bigger one here to help me if I am getting too cold, too wet. I'll put that on and that'll be just fine. And then obviously you need your hat and your sunglasses. It's going to be hot, it's going to be sunny. We're also going to be rolling with 3 different pairs of shoes, and I've trained in all of these, and especially on my 4-hour training run, I experimented switching between them halfway through, and the difference was quite noticeable. So I'm going to be using this pair. This is my most used pair of Saucony Excursion TR14s. At some point during the race, your feet, the more that you've ran on them, they'll get full of blood, they swell up, and so then I can switch over to my larger pair of Saucony Excursion TR14s. Once those shoes are feeling not as fresh, if I'm feeling I need a change, or if my feet are bothering me and I want more cushion, then I'm actually also bringing my Road Runners just in case. They have a lot more cushion on them, and that helps significantly. It feels so much better if you've been running on a very non-cushiony shoe all day and then your feet are getting sore. So bring all 3 pairs of shoes for the race, and we'll see how that one goes. Okay, next up we have what I call your pieces of gear, and this is going to be stuff that you're wearing or using regularly, or that you need actually for the race itself. So we have here the Salomon Active Skin 4 vest for hydration, and these are with the 2 Salomon water bottles. And then I also have this Nike double bottle belt here with these 2 water bottles, and that is going to be what I have for hydration for the race. I'll be carrying that on my body. I'll be able to fill them up when I come back every loop, and that's what's super handy. I'll probably start out with just the Nike double bottle belt. But then as I get slower into the race and it gets hotter, then I'm going to want more hydration, so I'll wear both at that point probably. Then over here we also have the two headlamps. We need a headlamp for nighttime, obviously, and in case one goes out or is having problems, then I have a backup just in case. And then we have also up here extra batteries for those in case anything goes wrong. Then we have our watch to keep pace. We have Body Glide for chafing, just in case anything's going on. We want to get on that as fast as we can. And then we have deodorant. Again, this is just to stay feeling fresh as long as we can. And for that reason, we also have toothbrush and toothpaste. The longer that you go in the race, you're going to be feeling gross because you've just been running for so long and eating nonstop. And so chance to do that helps refresh and can actually make you feel like you're brand new, fresh going into the race. And then finally, toiletries. We have toilet paper, we have baby wipes, and hand sanitizer. You're going to have to go to the bathroom at some point, and it's nice to be able to do it cleanly and effectively. Next up, we have nutrition and hydration. So in this small cooler here, I actually have a bunch of little baggies pre-made that have the nutrition that I'll need every hour. Did a bit of research, watched some videos on it. So each bag has about 400 calories, 50 grams of carbohydrates, between 5 and 10 grams of protein on average, and about 300 milligrams of sodium at a minimum. So each baggie has that, and I also got some Sunny D, some Gatorade, and some Red Bull in there for electrolytes, but then also as I get throughout the night, as I get tired, the Red Bull, hoping not to need to have too many of those, hopefully just one, help me with the caffeine. We got this 10-liter jug here as well. We're going to fill that up with ice and water and be able to fill up my water bottles and bladders throughout the race as we go. Then we have this extra cooler here, and that is for anything that hasn't been put into the baggies. There's extra food there in case one thing is working during the race and other things aren't. My stomach can't handle it. I don't want to eat it. Then I have extras of things that are working in here. I also have an electrolyte mix that I can mix in with the water to keep me fueled that way. And then we haven't cut up all the fruit yet, but we're also going to be bringing watermelon and oranges and putting that in here with a cooler pack to make sure everything stays good. And hopefully that will fuel me throughout the entire race, no matter how long it is. Finally, we come to what I call the equipment aspect of things. Now, obviously, gear and equipment could be seen to be the same thing, but for me, I consider gear to be what you have on you and what you're working with all the time. Whereas this equipment side is going to be more what is staying at base and that I come back to every round. And this is where I think this is a little bit different than a normal ultra, in that I'm going to be coming back every single loop, and so I have a chance to use these things. So I have the tent canopy thing that's going to be covering all of the gear. We have a zero gravity chair for my use, put my legs up, get that blood flowing back out of the feet and legs. And then we have also an extra chair. Kyra can obviously use whichever chair she wants when I'm running and out and about on the lap, but we'll have both available to her. And then finally, and this is something that I think is a little bit different than most ultras. For a backyard ultra, you're going to have more time to be able to sit and work on your muscles if you need to. So I'm actually bringing recovery tools that I know are useful to me. So we're going to be bringing a foam roller, a stretchy band, another type of roller for your muscles, bring my slant board for my calves. That's going to help a lot. And then we're also going to bring a little mini massage gun and have that to use on my muscles as we go as well. So a lot of good things here. We're going to pack up. We're going to put them all under the little tent area. And yeah, we're going to see how this race goes. So that is everything that I am packing for this backyard ultra, my first backyard ultra. And we'll see how it all goes. Maybe later on I'll do an update video on whether or not I think all of this stuff is useful, essential, what else I would bring, how I would have done it differently. Again, this is just my first backyard ultra, so we'll see how it goes. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.